Now, the Premier League teams can have up to 6 teams in the Champions League next season. Uh, that's because they've been handed 5 spots in the Champions League, top five, top 1 to 5. And as Manchester United and Tottenham are currently in the semi-finals of the Europa League. So if one of them wins the Europa League, Premier League teams are going to be 6 in the Champions League next season. That is going to be very, very interesting, and that would be also nice too. Meaning, up to 8 or more Premier League teams can be in European competitions. Obviously, there are 2 spots for Europa League and 1 for the Conference League, 1 or 2 also for the Conference League. So a lot of Premier League teams might be in European competitions. Now, the season is about to end. Teams are thinking of to build up, looking for best players to fit in for competition next season, to make them very, very competitive next season. And I think Osimhen, for instance, is going to be needed in the Premier League. Teams like Arsenal, teams like Chelsea, Manchester United might need the service of Victor Osimhen because he's prolific. He has proven for a fact that he can provide the goals. He has done that in Wolfsburg. He has done that in Napoli. He has done that in Galatasaray. It is proven that Osimhen can score goals for you when being in your team. And now let's see the teams that are going to be able to pay his release clause and be able to cover for his wage bill, because he's a high profile footballer and obviously he's not going to earn less than 200k, 200,000 pounds for a week. And there are teams that are avoiding such wage bill. Let's see if they are going to be able to bring him in. A player like Isak is also wanted by a lot of these teams. Isak has been doing very well. I think he has 20 plus goals in the Premier League alone for Newcastle United. And Newcastle United have slammed 200 million pounds release clause for Isak because they don't want him to leave. They're trying to keep him and make good use of him as much as possible, because they obviously want to be in the Champions League next season and they need somebody like him if they want to go far in the Champions League. So let's see what happens to Isak. Let's see if Isak is going to leave. I don't think it's a good idea for Newcastle United to let such a player go, especially at a time like this. So obviously Isak is going to remain at Newcastle, except some teams are going to play the white card to pay a huge amount of money for him, and maybe Newcastle might decide to let him go for that fee and look for some replacement, somebody they feel like can fill in the gap for Isak. So guys, watch out. We're going to be streaming very, very soon. Let's have you guys around. It's going to be fun as usual. Peace.